Let's move to some of the interesting stories we covered for you this year. What a year it has been. Well, the budgeting process, any country may be a tough task. In Nigeria, it has proven to be even more difficult and complicated. The document is either a victim of political rivalry or, if we have to go by accusations thrown around, really well prepared. The work of the budget is also continuum, which is why the 2018 budget is tagged the budget of consolidation, consolidating on that of the recovery and growth. In one of my one-on-one interviews with the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo, he spoke about the budget, the President, and other issues that shaped the year. Watch.
Well, we're rolling over. What it is that we expect that the 2017 budget will be rolled into the 2018. Now, the reason why that is so is that for the first time, we're trying to introduce a January to December financial year, a proper financial year. So we expect that when we submit the budget in October this month, the budget will be passed by December. That is our expectation. That's the engagement we're having with the National Assembly. So we can start implementing the budget from January. And then that goes on till December. So we're trying to go to a point where, you know, you have a normal financial year as opposed to the haphazard sort of system that we've had in the past. So this is, you know, so we expect that the 2017 will roll, most of it will roll into the 2018. And that will only be for this next cycle. Once we normalize, and that will no longer be the case. Once we're able to run a full year budget, that will no longer be the case.
Two quick issues. On the issue of corruption, in the 2 years of the life of this government, would you say anti-corruption was successful?
Yes, I think that by and large, in the first place, we have shown that we will identify corrupt activity, we will identify it, we will investigate it, we will bring people to trial. Now, that has been very largely successful, as you can see and for yourself. I mean, the sheer number of recoveries, the sheer number of people who have been arrested, who are being prosecuted. Now, convictions have not moved at the same pace as we expect. But these are institutional difficulties. And just recently, you noticed that the Chief Justice of Nigeria has said that he's going to introduce in all of the courts, and he's asked the courts to nominate persons so that we can have special courts or specialized courts for corruption. So we expect that will move things along very quickly. But there are institutional issues around trying to ensure that people who are prosecuted are actually convicted. And you must also cooperate. And the entire society must cooperate in not just naming and shaming people, but ensuring that we keep up that we keep up the campaign. Some people have to say that, look, we are outraged by this. We are angry that people have made away with so much money, and we're going to stay focused. It's not just about government. It's about an outraged public, because it's the public that has been raped. It's the public that has been stolen from. So it's not just about the government. And I think that engagement is so important. And the civil society and the rest of us must be engaged. We must say, people should not steal our resources. And if they do steal our resources, we'll continue to shout until they go to jail.
Your Excellency, before I allow you to go, there's a lot of hopes for the APC, receiving the APC in government. Do you think this team has gone down, and do you hope, or do you think the APC can win any election in 2019?
Of course. Why not? Why would APC, let me say first of all that APC is a revolutionary party. We've come to do so many things that are revolutionary. Now that process by itself is a difficult process. There's no way you're going to clean the stable, you know, you're going to fix this car with the engine running, and that's what we're doing. We've got to fix this car, this Nigeria, while the engine is running. It's a difficult task, but we're committed. And we have an honest president. That's a very important thing. If you have a president who is honest, who is straightforward, who at least you can say is not taking a bribe, is not stealing resources, that is a major part of this whole revolution. Because Nigeria, in my view, the most difficult problem we have, the existential problem we have is corruption. If we can deal with that governance issue, if we can deal with that corruption issue, this country will fly. And that's what we're trying to do. So I think the APC government in the next cycle is going to win the elections by the grace of God. And we need to be able to do so, to continue this revolution and ensure that we deliver a nation that we can all be proud of.
Well, then, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, there in Abuja, on that interview, when the news of $1 billion fund for Northeast region broke, it generated mixed reactions. The presidency said the money would not be spent only on fighting insurgency. The APC Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, said the battle to win peace is as important as the battle to win war. Well, this is what the governor of Borno State, Mr. Kashim Shettima, had said way before the controversy started. How much will be needed to complete the task of rebuilding Borno State, for example?
A lot of bridges were destroyed. The most important of the bridges is the Maiduguri-Gamboru-Ngala Road Bridge in Gamboru, that the insurgents placed some improvised devices and blew up the road. The bridge and that road in particular is the most important route in Nigeria. Not the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. Certainly not the Ilela Road in Sokoto or the border road in Katsina. No, the most important road is in Nigeria is the Maiduguri-Gamboru-Ngala Road.
Why?
Because it is the gateway to the Central African region. Most of the products, even the table egg that is consumed in Jamaica, comes from Nigeria. So our economies are inextricably intertwined. The Chadian, the Cameroonian, the Central African, products from Nigeria reaches as far as Sudan. And that route is the main route.
You said, and this is perhaps your wish a few weeks ago, when you said that you want to leave a Borno State without Boko Haram or no single IDPs. You have barely 2 years to go as a governor of Borno State. Is that still realistic for you?
It's very, very realistic. And by the grace of God, we have crossed the Rubicon and we are on a path to sustain peace with a robust educational platform. As popular as President Buhari is, with his vice-like grip among the northern masses, on 3 occasions he couldn't realize his dream. The 4th one was at our own prodding. It wasn't at his own volition. We literally, the governor, the party apparatchik, the party leaders, we literally dragged him to contest the 2015 election. Go down memory lane. The Nigerian presidency doesn't go for the person who runs after it. It seeks out the person that it wants to, historically speaking.
2019, do you think President Buhari should run?
He's a stabilizing factor in this country. He's a man of impeccable credentials. No matter what you will accuse Buhari of, nobody can accuse Buhari of corruption. But that decision should be made by the president, taking into cognizance a whole gamut of factors. Nobody should stampede him not to contest. In the same vein, nobody should push him to contest. He has to know his own health to take care of. He's not a young man by any standard. But if the nation still needs him, and the nation truly needs the wisdom, the integrity, the commitment of the likes of Buhari. But believe me, whatever decision he takes, we are solidly behind him.
Let me quickly ask you about the restructuring debate has been ongoing. Do you think it's commonsensical or nonsensical at this time of in our history, in our democratic life?
Well, my own take on this restructuring debate is that we are treating the symptoms, not the disease. Restructuring my put. Let's restructure our minds. Let's restructure our quality of governance. When people are talking of artificial intelligence, when others are talking of robotics engineering, of nanotechnology, when Elon Musk is talking of constricting the journey from London to Washington to 31 minutes,
But those some one-on-one interviews that we are bringing to you. We go on a break, but during the break, you will be able to see the Senate President, of course, the issue of the Parliament, the important organ of the Nigerian political structure, issues of policies, key decisions, and governance usually would pass through the chambers. In 2017, there have been some disagreements between the lawmakers and the executives. In this interview, the Senate President explained some gray areas of the 2017 budgets, which is still running. You'll hear that during the break. Stay with us.